I'm glad to see my dad is here at the back. Hi, Dad. The chick, the goldfish. Are you a chick or a goldfish? Or a turkey? Don't be upset that I didn't know.
Well, whatever it is, it's king. I can see the crown, so we have royalty here.
I love it.
How are you doing, Lauren?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Well, welcome to Tampa Bay. Give her a nice Tampa Bay.
How are you guys doing?
Good. Woo!
Yeah. Wait, how?
Woo!
That feels like such an old trick, doesn't it? But thanks for having me. It's nice to be here. It's nice and warm.
Warm.
Yeah.
And how does the weather compare to that of Georgia right now?
Same. Yeah, exactly the same.
Not
but
much different.
I know, it's nice. I was just in California for a week, which was nice. Not warm like Georgia. Yeah.
Woo!
Californian people? Yay! All three of you.
All three of you.
Hi.
Well, this crazy American weather and such, a fact I kind of want to talk about here that I'm sure probably everybody knows about and such, but Miss Lauren, you were born in the States, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I was born in New Jersey.
Woo! New Jersey! Yeah!
Okay, a lot more. And then I moved to England when I was a kid, so it was fun. I'm half Jersey, so I guess I'm New English.
Well, how does that feel? I mean, you're becoming a child of two cultures here. You start off with American culture, and then all of a sudden you're across the pond, and you're back to English culture. What was that like?
It's really interesting. I mean, my dad is still from New Jersey. I mean, as we know, he's back there in the suit. And then my mum is English. I feel like I always grew up kind of in both. I don't know. It's only about 2 weeks ago that I stopped trying to decide which one I liked more, or where I felt like I was from. But it's pretty good. It's interesting moving as a young teenager and sort of, you know, you have an East Pack and you have your hair bleached and you have like all this weird American style, and then nobody in England has any of this. And you kind of have like, I don't know, maybe you guys are all too young, but patches on your backpack and stuff. It was fun. It was definitely a big change.
Well, did that make you a bit of an outsider, or did that make you cool with everyone back then?
I think probably a bit of both. I mean, maybe I was a cool, weird outsider. I kind of try and stick to that. But, yeah, I don't know. It was fun.
Well, another question I want to ask has to do with maybe having a little bit of that American heritage as well. In the show, we have a lot of British actors in this particular show. And everyone is stuck with this Georgia dialect that they have to work with. And for you as a performer, how do you prepare that sort of thing? How do you work on this Georgia dialect?
You just listen up. I mean, I definitely love doing accents. It's weird now playing a character that has a normal accent or a straight American accent or a straight English accent, because it doesn't feel like I can separate myself as much as I can when I go into a Georgia dialect or so it's a really beautiful tool, actually. It's always a selling point, I think, to be able to learn an accent as you learn the character. But yeah, I definitely had a lot of dialect coaching and a lot of things my dialect teacher would say were, you know, you're being too Appalachian, you need to let that go. Because definitely when you come over and you get to play a Southern accent, the first thing you think is like, oh, this is going to be so strong, and I'm going to be able to do just like I dreamed in the movies. Yeah, so it's just sort of keeping it subtle and letting... The interesting thing with Maggie is that you have an idea of a Southern accent, and then you think, okay, well, how old is this woman? And does she watch TV, and does she hear different things that would influence her accent? So her dad's accent is going to be different than hers, and then the people she hangs out with and where she went away to college and whatever. So it's fun, especially with the long-running TV show. Like we're now on season 4 of The Walking Dead, and you get to find out new things about the characters as you go along, and kind of create all these stories for yourself as to why things have happened. And you know, you have 3 years to do that, or 4 years, or hopefully, you know, 8 years. So see what happens. So yeah, it's good.
Excellent. Well, did you find that working on this dialect, did you have a handle on the character prior to this, or was the dialect the icing on the cake that helped seal who Maggie was for you?
I felt connected to her when I first read the audition sides. We didn't get a script, obviously, because it was very secretive. Thank God. It's nice. So yeah, I just sort of felt connected to her, and I thought, well, you know, if it happens, it happens. Sometimes there's a weird thing when you audition, and if you actually feel connected enough, you almost don't even need the part, which sounds so strange, but that was sort of the experience that I had with this role. It was just, you know, I felt like I already sort of had a part of her in me, so I almost didn't even need to know if I felt this part. But then, of course, I was over the moon. So, yeah, so it was really cool.
Well, having Robert Kirkman, the creator of the comic book, as an executive producer on the show, I mean, that provides you with a wonderful source book right there in and of itself. Did you have an opportunity to go back and look at the comic book for inspiration?
Definitely. I've got to about issue 50 now. I'm not reading past yet. I know what happens in 100. I'm not going to say in case anybody in here doesn't, but yeah, so we definitely have sort of the Bible, that's the comic book, and then we get to create other things within that. And I mean, I know how much everybody and all of our writers and Robert and everyone loves to stray sometimes from the stories that we know in the comic book and make new things, and it's fun for us because you can be surprised. And I think if you're a fan of the comic book, then you don't always know what's going to come, so it's probably keeps it a little more real. I don't know.
Excellent. Well, let's go ahead and let's start taking some questions. Can I have the first person up here? Hi, sir. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Eric.
Hi, Eric.
First off, your characters brought so much to the show, and I love the whole personal and family storyline. It's been a blast just to have that part of the show. I have a twofold question. One, you were talking about the similarities between you and Maggie. There's my voice.
Oh, thank you.
You were talking about the similarities with you and Maggie. What is a decision that Maggie would make that you know you would never make?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm very rarely faced with a life and death situation. Let alone, 10 to 20 a day. But I don't know. It's weird because Maggie she didn't go into this world willingly. She just had to sort of learn to cope. And I think some of the decisions that she's made, maybe she would have played it cool for a bit longer with Glenn. I don't know. A little bit more hard to get, but in the end, she's got him. She's got him. But it's good. I mean, Maggie's definitely such a fun character, such a brave character to play, and when you just can't help but letting that sort of seep into your own life. So it definitely, makes you. I think it just makes you embrace life a little bit more. So that's definitely a good change that I think has come about. Yeah, it's good.
And my other question real quick is, in season 3, what I call the Lori episode, you're a part of that scene in a huge way. What was it like kind of filming that sequence that was so huge for a mother and a son, and you're kind of there in the background?
Yeah, it's very indescribable. I mean, it's the funny thing with acting in sort of the extreme scenarios that The Walking Dead has is that your body doesn't know the difference. And when you go to places like that and you through rehearsal and through the number of takes that we do, you feel like you're cutting someone open and you feel like you're doing this. And so there's this bittersweetness of helping this baby be born, and then the mother has sacrificed herself for that. And myself and Sarah and Chana all went to this really emotional place, and it's what we like so much about the show is that it's a very trusting environment, and your vulnerabilities are never wasted. And I think it's what helps us to make such a good show, because we trust each other and we go to places that you don't just shake yourself out of afterwards, It's like, so it's the kind of the same thing about it coming back and informing your own life, and it's a gift, and sometimes it's really hard, but it's really rewarding. So, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the questions.
All right, next question, please.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Amanda,
Hi, Ann.
I was wondering, as yourself, if a zombie apocalypse were to happen, would you differ from your character at all? Or would you try to follow what you know as Maggie?
I actually hope that when it comes, I am as strong as I think I would be. When it comes, look at me. Something you don't know. But I think, I don't know, it's like when you're going for a run or you're doing something that's difficult or you're, I don't know, something seems insurmountable and then all of a sudden you get that rush of adrenaline. It's what I would like to believe will happen when there's 7+ zombies and you just have to behead all of them. So, you know, adrenaline junkie. So I don't know, how would you do?
I don't know. I work with animals all the time, so I'm hoping that that would help me. But, and my family's like huge, okay, this is what we're gonna do, we're major preppers. So, we have a plan and everything, but will it work? I'm hoping.
Wait, what's one of the scenarios that you kind of...
Well, to us, the most likely, if there were to be a zombie outbreak, is a rabies virus because it is completely lethal. In every single case that it's actually happened, complete, like, death. So, and we're
And animals are so much more wily.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we are like, we want to prepare for that just in case it happens.
Yeah.
But it's like, are we ready if it would happen tomorrow? No.
You'll only know when it happens.
Exactly.
If it happens.
Yes.
Yeah, but knock on wood. But it's okay, call me.
Well, thank you so much for your question. Thank you for your question as I wipe the foam away from my mouth. Next question, please.
Hi.
I'm shaking so bad.
Oh, don't.
It's not rabies,
What's your
is
name?
it? Keep an eye on it.
Keep it on.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm Ariana. But,
Hi, Ariana.
I have 2 quick questions. One, so I feel like we can agree Norman Reedus is very fine.
Yeah.
Is working with him, and have you found out, is he anything like...
Is he single?
Well, one more year, I'll be 18. But is he like as badass as Daryl is? And
Is he as badass in real life?
yes.
Oh, Norman is the baddest asses.
And my other question is Steven a good kisser?
Is Steven a good kiss?
A lady never tells.
Thank you so much. Next question, please. What's your name?
Hey, my name is Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, I have 2 quick questions. The first one is, you were previously on Supernatural with... first question is, what's the difference between a set on Supernatural between a set on Walking Dead? Like, cast-wise?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it starts with the subject matter, and it just sort of trickles down. And I think something that was always really fun on Supernatural was sort of the sense of levity that you could have, and sort of, it was always like a little bit of a nudge to the sort of, I don't know, to the sense of fun that you could have, and it's a bit